So today I just wanted to change things up a bit before moving into the feature-length films. So I wanted to take a look at a film short, The Sandman, a 1991 film. I do not recall the name of the director right now, I apologize, but this is roughly about a nine-minute movie. So it's not really too long a watch. Now this one actually to me was very interesting because you do have some stop motion stuff going on. There definitely is a bit of creep factor there, but just the fact that it's stop motion, I just love the animation style in general. It's not something you see too much of, especially because the look of the little puppets, they were definitely very unique. To some degree I kind of looked at them and I was thinking to myself, these guys could be very Tim Burton-esque. You know, they definitely had their own style and their own look, but if they had been just stylized a little bit more, they could have been very Tim Burton. One of the things that I kind of found interesting about this, I guess you could say the title character, the Sandman, he has very much a hooked nose and a pointed chin. So from profile view, he pretty much looks like he has a crescent moon growing out of his face, which I thought was really cool. But it also kind of gives him somewhat of a Count Orlok look, you know, even though he's not a vampire. But you know, once you see the movie, maybe you might see some kind of a parallel, seeing him as somewhat of a vampire-esque creature. Which is very interesting in itself, but I love the fact that the Sandman character, he has these bird wings that are part of him. You know, he's bird-like. He's a feathered creature, which I thought very unique because I never thought of the Sandman as having wings. You know, he definitely does have that very high creep factor going on, which is very cool. You've got some pastel blues, you've got some whites, and then of course a lot of darks, a lot of shadows, which even just the fact that this film uses a lot of my favorite color schemes, I guess that's also part of why it holds my interest so much. This is a non-verbal film. You do have, you know, like just sounds, but it's mostly just told through action and body language, which honestly is one of my favorite storytelling techniques. And the fact that it's a short film, it works perfectly, especially because dialogue really isn't necessary. The little boy is getting ready for bed. The Sandman creature sneaks into his home. He's trotting up the steps, there's a creaky stair, and he's pretty much just kind of like waving back and forth, like making the stairs creak even more. You know, you're just being a total creeper about it. You know, kind of like, ooh, I'm gonna get you. But you know, it's, you know, like from a viewer's perspective, it's very funny. It's fun to watch. But you know, if you were the little boy, the character in the movie, you'd probably be like, oh crud, I'm in for it. But he sneaks into the little boy's bedroom. Mom comes in, checks on him. She heads back to her own bedroom. And what seemed odd to me at the time, and maybe even comical, was the fact that the little boy's tossing and turning in his sleep. And as he's tossing and turning, the Sandman is leaping over the bed. And you hear these loud clops from his boots each time he hits the wooden floor. But the little boy turns in bed. He turns right. The Sandman jumps over the bed and lands in front of him in that position. The little boy turns again. The Sandman jumps and lands in that position and again. And this goes on, I guess, for a sequence of maybe 4 or 5 times. It becomes comical in itself just because it's so repetitive. And eventually, at some point, the poor little boy just opens his eyes and just very quick, like just within a second's time, he's just so rapid and so quick. The Sandman takes something from the little boy. We have no idea what it is because it was so fast. And then he pulls out his sleep dust and he puts the little boy back to bed. And then we see the Sandman, he heads back to his own home, and he's got these little nestlings, you know, his own little baby bird creatures that he's looking after, and he hands them something, the thing that he took from the little boy. So then, obviously I'm not going to tell you, but what on earth did he take? You know, he's obviously looking after his family, which, you know, once you see the reveal, it's like, you know, even me, it left me like, ooh, you know, that was cool. I didn't expect that, but definitely very interesting, very unique, very entertaining. I loved this short. To my understanding, it's something that was aired regularly on MTV back in the 90s. I'm assuming during their Liquid Television TV show, which I absolutely loved. They showed a lot of film shorts there as well. But this was a very well done short film. I'm highly impressed. I really liked how it turned out, especially the way that they built the tension for you, even though for me to some degree it became comical because it was so repetitive. But I'd say, yeah, I mean, if you're going through some of these film suggestions on my list looking for stuff to watch with the kiddos, I would highly recommend watching this one first before showing it to the kids, because yeah, it can be pretty creepy. The ending reveal, depending on the age of the child, may not be appropriate for their age group. So I would definitely recommend parents take a look at this first, if we do have any parents out there that that are looking for things to watch with the kiddos this Halloween season. But other than that, it was a very well done short film, extremely well done. The puppets themselves are very well crafted. I thought they were just beautiful. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you later.